Hi guys, welcome back to Honeysuckle Homestead Retreat. In today's episode, I'm going to show you how it all started here on my homestead.
Hi everybody, my name is Desiree. I live and work in Atlanta, but I have a tiny house in the Appalachian Mountains where I'm slowly starting an off-grid farm. I'm a single girl doing most of the work on my own and learning as I go. So come along with me on my journey, and I hope it will entertain and maybe also give someone out there a little inspiration. Welcome to Honeysuckle Homestead Retreat.
We are on the very first site where I ever pitched a tent, literally speaking. This right here is where it all started. So I actually built this gate myself out of pallet wood, and I put 1 or 2 coats of polyurethane on it years ago, and of course it's kind of fading away now. Like, everything is just deteriorating, but the gate still works. And I put those little stones there. These used to be solar lights right here. I say used to be, they definitely don't work anymore. They all filled up with water and they just stopped working. But they were cute when they worked. They were like these little jars that lit up. Some tarps. Got a fence that was put up. So when I got this property years ago, the guy that I was dating at the time, his name is Matt. We're still on good terms. So Matt, if you're watching, hi. And thank you again for helping me put this fence up and the tent. But he's the one that helped me with this fence and helped me roll this roll of fencing up here. At the time, we had 3 dogs combined, and I didn't have Geo back then. I didn't have my little one, but I had Gabriel, and then we shared a dog named Daisy, and he also had a blue pit. We put this fence up, and it actually goes up all the way over there, so they had a lot of room to run, and it's really hard to see it in the woods here, but there is a fence all the way around this campsite. However, I am seeing that some kind of animal or something, or maybe this tree just died, pushed the fence over here, so definitely is not a secure area anymore. Eventually I will probably come up here and just take all this fencing down. We didn't really put in post except for right here. We just used the trees that were around and basically just zip tied around the trees. So it'll be easy to take down. This was the tent. I say was because, as you can see, a lot of mold has accumulated on it. And it's definitely, I would not stay in this. It does need to be taken down and removed, but it is amazing that this tent has stood all these years. All these years. Just amazing to me. It was taken down one time and sent off for cleaning, which it really probably didn't even need back then, but I did send it off for cleaning, and then I brought it back. I built this deck here with plywood because that was just easier. Matt actually helped me carry the plywood and the 4x4s up here, and I am impressed that this little platform has held up as good as it has. Okay, so who wants to go inside the tent? I don't know what I left in there. I don't think I left much, but I am curious what it looks like in there. I don't know if I'm going to see an animal in there. It is unzipped, and I'm pretty sure I zipped this up. So let's see what's in here. Yeah, I'm not lying, I'm a little nervous. Okay, I don't see any animals yet. That's a good sign. Okay, I think we're clear. I am going to go in here real quick. Yeah, this is the remains of what was left from the original. It's kind of sad, actually. Okay, so as you can see, I am able to completely stand up in here. This tent was not cheap. It was made by stouttents.com, I believe is the name of it. And this was a 16-foot diameter canvas tent, and it was heavy. I'm sure it's even more heavy now with all this dirt, grime, and moisture on it. I'm sure animals have been in here. They're just not in here at the moment. I know there was one time that I noticed a mouse had been in here because I saw some droppings, but I also saw where it had chewed some areas. Got a lighter here. I don't know if it works. It does not. I don't know what this is, but we'll take it. So I'm going to take some things down with me. So this right here, that was for a stovepipe. I did have a camp stove that I bought from Stout Tents as well, and I still have that camp stove. It is in good condition. It's in my barn, and it's safe from the elements. It's a very good outdoor camp stove. But this tent was amazing for the years that I had it and the time that I used it. Oh, the wind's moving. I'm like, what is that noise? It's pretty much done though. Like, I don't know what to do with it. I need to haul it off is what I need to do. But I got carpet down here, and the carpet was good for a while. It made it a little more glampy like in here. But I will say it was very hard to keep this tent clean anyway. Like, to keep the interior clean, to keep any of it clean was very difficult. Because when you're out in the woods and it's just mud everywhere and it rains and it's just, yeah, it wasn't the easiest thing to do. It's fun to look back and come up here and see where it all began. I should probably get out of here because I don't want to be breathing in this mold. So let me get out, and then I'll continue. So I grabbed some goodies out of the tent here. I'm going to take this mat back and this little log here. I'm not even sure what this is, but I'm going to take it back. And then I've got a whole bunch of fire starters in here, so that's awesome. So I'm going to take all those back down to the tiny house. I gotta say, it's really cool coming up here and looking back and remembering where it all began, but also like realizing how long I've had this place. The years go by and you don't even realize, and it's really cool to see how far I've come from when I first got it till now. Like from camping out in a canvas tent to having my tiny house exactly where I envisioned it from day one. I mean, from day one, I said, I'm going to put a tiny house right here by this creek. And so it's a really good feeling to realize your dreams, to actually do what you envision is just so satisfying. It's always good to come back up and like look at where it all began, look at where it started, and to be appreciative and grateful for how far you've come, I mean, it's like that for anything in life, but to be able to see it like this is really cool. But yeah, this tent's got a ton of mold on it. Ugh. I don't know what to do with it. I really just need to take it down and haul it off, I guess. I don't know. What do you guys think I need to do to it? Because I don't really want to try to salvage it. It's just, I feel like it's too far gone. I could be wrong, but I know that, I mean, there's mold all along the bottom. Now, granted, this on top is a fly. So underneath it, it isn't quite as bad. See, that's kind of what it used to look like. But yeah, I mean, the wind and the rain and the snow and ice and birds and animals, and it's been through it. It has been through it. Oh, you can really see that mountain back there right now. God, I just love being in the mountains. It's an awesome feeling. I do like this spot where this tent is located. I like it a lot. And in my mind, this tent was never going to be a permanent situation ever. I knew that it would be hard to keep up, but it served its purpose for the years, and I used it for years. My neighbors didn't like it too much because they would say, you know, there's coyotes out there, and we don't know if there's any bears or not. And granted, I haven't seen a bear yet, knock on wood, knock on wood. But I have seen foxes, and I have seen coyotes. Not while I was camping in my tent, though. But there definitely are, of course, I've seen deer, but I'm not scared of deer. But this spot up here is really nice because, especially in the wintertime, you've got a good view of some mountains around you, but yet you're in the woods, you're like away from everything. So I do like this spot a lot. Who knows, I may end up putting another tiny house up here one day. Have my own little getaway on my homestead. It would be a perfect spot to put a tiny house. I don't really have a road up here, and I can't imagine how much it would cost to put a road up here. So if I were to build another tiny house up here, I would probably do it myself, bring everything up here myself. So who knows, you guys might see a video of that in the future, like far future, but you might, we'll see. But it is a nice little spot. So, okay, well, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and for coming with me to see where it all began, where the homestead started here at Honeysuckle Homestead Retreat, and what it looks like now. Granted, like I said, I didn't do any upkeep on this tent, so it's just been here, and with that in mind, I feel like it's held up pretty well. Considering I haven't done anything. I haven't tried to clean it. I haven't taken it down. It's just been here for like 5 years or longer. When did I get this property? Like 5 years. About 5 years. 4 or 5 years. Something like that. So, yep. I will see you guys next time.